Hey, we're back with you with Walk Into a Bar. We're so excited. This is episode 2. It's Matt, Phil, and I. Matt's an engineer, Phil's a liar, and Ben is a lawyer. Phil's a lawyer. My bad. Hey, we want to start this one off with 3 wise words from 3 wise guys. And so if you want to go, Phil, I will have you start. You're the oldest to youngest, unless
thanks.
He's not oldest. So we do have a guest today too, by the way.
We'll introduce the guest here in a little bit.
Okay.
When it's his turn. How's that?
Yeah.
All right. So the words from wise guys that I found that I really love is this. It's more than 3, but you're going to deal with it. I love how coffee fixes everything. Tired? Drink some coffee. Have a headache? Drink some coffee. Cold? Drink some warm coffee. Someone being annoying or making you angry? Bust them in the head with your coffee cup.
Very good. I'm not sure if I get it or not, but that's all right.
Coffee fixes everything, man.
I'm a preacher. What do I know? All right, Matt, how about you? Let's see what you got.
So I'm completely unprepared, as every engineer should be. And I'm just going to say I've mended it.
You mended it.
Those are words of a wise guy.
I want to introduce to you, before I go, I'm going to introduce to you Chancey Marshall. He's a good friend. We mentioned him in the last one. He is going to share with you his thoughts on a certain subject from last video. But Chancey, will you take it off?
Yeah, my words from a wise guy is always the same, which is that which doesn't kill you only postpones the inevitable. There's no reason to go looking for it. It will find you. I guarantee it.
That's true.
I like it. Mine is chill. I always tell the truth, even when I lie. So that was mine. All right. So with that, I have to look at what we're doing. We're going to talk today not about a movie in our movie segment. We're actually going to talk about a TV show that Matt, Phil, and I love. But before we do that, I actually want to send things over to Chancey about a certain subject we talked about last time. We were talking about Beauty and the Beast, and we were talking about a ballroom scene. And when, if you think back to the last episode, Phil announced this, and I said, Phil, you probably got this worthless piece of information from Chancey Marshall. Not that it's worthless, Chancey. I love you. But it's very possible that Phil got this information from Chancey because Chancey actually knows. And so I want to have Chancey explain everything. So Chancey, you're on, buddy.
Well, the ballroom scene in Beauty and the Beast, where they take the circular view coming down the staircase and into the ballroom with the shiny floor, was actually rendered on a Commodore Amiga 500 with a video toaster card. It probably took a really long time, but it's spectacular even today.
Yeah, it is.
Before you continue, a normal Joe probably doesn't know what you're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
So could you explain it in layman terms?
English.
Yeah, Matt doesn't get it. So
it's a really old computer that for its time was amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't say really more than that. Commodore was one of the pioneering computer brands, and had they done some better marketing back in the day, we would probably be sitting on Commodores and not IBM compatibles. I'm
definitely not on IBM anything.
Actually, you are. You're on an x86. You're on IBM.
I'm on a Mac. I win. So anyway,
you see, Chancey, for the record, to get really pedantic with this whole situation.
Okay, let's not get technical.
I'm running an x64 platform, which yes is built off of the x86 Intel instruction set, but then is also updated to run on the AMD instruction set, which expands the Intel, so on and so forth. I don't want to bore people.
I'm on a Ryzen 7. I'm on a Ryzen 7, and mine's also x64, eight cores with 16 threads. We're cool. I got you.
I have a great question. Hold on, Phil, before you go. What are you running? I'm just kidding. What's funny is yes, I'm a pastor, but I have a degree in computer system technology, and so I kind of get what they're saying.
I am the only one here who has no clue what they're saying, and I don't care.
Right.
I work for an ISP, so I'm a
Uh,
computer guy.
Internet
That's right.
service provider. For those of you who don't understand what ISP is, it's your internet service provider.
speaking of
Chancey?
Commodores, our first computer was a Commodore Colt. You guys remember that?
Yes.
Ben, you don't remember that?
Who says I don't have it?
Ooh,
I actually don't. I don't have it.
Oh,
No,
that's too bad.
I thought
The old
Dad left
8
that.
Yeah.
I think
we
he
got
left
rid
it in
of
Des Moines. I think he left it in Des Moines.
No,
You're
we had
ridiculous.
it in Midland.
Yes,
oh, we
did.
have it in Midland. Okay, there it is.
I even
We used-
fired it up once.
We played Castle in that in the office
great
with the
game.
orange carpet
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was a great game.
in the basement when it was there. So
Mhm.
anyway, let's talk about this show. The show that we are going to talk about is probably one of my favorites, and a lot of people don't like it because it's kind of nerdy. Well, I'm sorry.
Those people
You're
are
talking.
wrong.
I mean, we're a bunch of nerds and geeks, so actually, it's geeky, not nerdy. Am I right, Matt?
Oh, it is so perfect. Every single bit of this show is perfect.
Every
Yvonne Strahovski, Zachary Levi, Zachary Levi's buddy. They're all perfect.
You don't know his name?
I
Morgan?
forgot his name.
Morgan?
Morgan, thank you.
Morgan.
Um,
I can't remember the guy's name. But
and then it was Baldwin, Adam Baldwin.
The one that's not a brother.
Yes.
It's
Yeah.
the one
Adam.
that's not a brother.
Who was on Serenity and Firefly?
Yes.
Another good show.
Firefly.
See, this is why we have
Sorry.
Chancey.
Folks, just for the record, we got to make sure it's clear here. Chancey has never seen this show.
Yeah,
Ostracize
he's covering
him.
his face. But
Ostracize him.
Chancey, make some noise so people can see you
Shame,
covering your
Chancey.
face.
Shame.
I'm sorry.
There you
I'm
go.
sorry.
There you go.
Yeah, so the show we're talking about is actually called Chuck. Simple name. And it's about this guy who works at the Nerd Herd at the Buy More, and he gets a computer implanted into his head, and he has to work for the CIA or something. I forget the exact time. It's been a while since I've watched it, but Zachary Levi plays, what's his name? Somebody. Chuck.
Chuck?
So he plays Chuck, and he's a phenomenal average Joe, really, who is he's a genius. He was in Harvard. He got kicked out of Harvard. There's a whole backstory. It is by far my favorite show that I haven't watched in a while. I've thought about picking it up again. And it's just amazing. There's fighting, there's nerdy stuff, there's wrestlers. It's all there.
Do we dare say that there's also romance?
There's bromance.
There is bromance.
There is bromance.
Bromance and romance.
So, Phil, what do you think? Talk about it.
Oh man, so Chuck is. I don't binge watch a whole lot of shows, and the shows that I do watch tend to be a little bit more off kilter. My favorite TV show is West Wing, which I mean, total nerd base there. But Chuck has got to be it's top 3 for sure, maybe even the second place to West Wing, because it really does have it all. It has everything. It's so funny. The comedy is so good. You get a lot of that slapstick type stuff. But you still get the nerdy kind of fun stuff too, and the situational stuff. Really, in my opinion, one of the last great sitcoms, and I really, really enjoy every facet of the show. There's not a single show that I watched, not a single episode that I thought, man, this is kind of soft. It was all excellent, absolutely gold.
The last episode, I will disagree with you on, because the last episode was by far the worst episode, and that is why I always say they need to make a movie about it. So Chuck,
would be great.
Zachary Levi, if you see this video, I am begging you right now, I'm begging everyone who is part of Chuck, make it happen. Make it happen. I want to see Chuck. I want to see Sarah. I want to see Morgan. I want to see, what was Adam Baldwin's character's name?
John Casey.
John Casey, that's right. I want to see John Casey, and I want to see you guys do a movie, and I want to see it hit the box offices or just hit my TV. I don't care. If no one else sees it, make it come to my TV telepathically or whatever you have to do, because this is by far one of the best unseen shows that I've ever seen. And when I mean unseen, I mean that people did not get behind it.
But that's not really true, is it?
No, it's not. It's very not true.
Because halfway through the run, NBC tried to cancel it, and all the fans got together and petitioned NBC, and it went for another, 2 seasons, 3 seasons?
Wait,
two
didn't it?
or 3 seasons, and Subway ended up becoming the sponsor.
Yeah.
Because the fans got Subway so interested in advertising in Chuck, not just advertisements, regularly spaced.
Right.
But hosting, having the sandwiches in the episodes. It was really, really awesome.
Did it stay with NBC or did it go to Fox?
I think it stayed at NBC.
My memory is that it stayed with NBC, but I could be wrong.
I thought they even switched. When they made that, Fox came in and said, "No, we're going to save this. We're going to rectify."
I think you're thinking of Last Man Standing there, Ben.
Probably. I don't know. Last Man Standing is good too.
It's another great show.
Yeah. So, hey, Chancey, have we sold you on watching this yet? I mean, he's probably pulling it up and watching it right now.
I actually already have it pulled up and have it ready to start streaming here shortly. But listen to this, though. I understand you're making an appeal to get a movie made. If Adam Baldwin commits to a Firefly reunion or something and this stops it, you realize I'm coming after you.
No, hey, do that too. Do that too.
No.
Do
Firefly
that first.
Definitely Firefly over Chuck. Chuck definitely has a little more going for it, being that unfortunately one of the stars from Firefly has recently passed. And recently being in the last, year or 2?
Yeah, Shepherd Books, John.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, hey, if they make another Firefly, I'd be all right with that too. But definitely put it on your agenda right after you do that Firefly, or right after you do Chuck, do the Firefly, whatever. If there's already a reunion set for Firefly, do it. But make sure you do a reunion for Chuck, even if it's a 2-hour TV show. I don't care. Or 1 season. I don't care. Just end it different. The end was terrible. All right.
Your opinion goes right along there with everyone else's bad opinion.
Yep.
No, the last episode. Are you kidding me? The last episode did not want you to go, okay, what else?
I have the entire series, and by the time I have it all on Blu-ray, I've watched it multiple times. Honestly, by the time I get to that last episode, I am fulfilled with that story and ready to go find some sci-fi or, something gritty to go with it.
See, and I'm sitting here going, it is not done. It is not done. It is not done. You did not complete this story. But that doesn't make
an episode bad, Ben. That doesn't make an episode bad at all. In fact, I think that makes an episode good because it leaves you wanting more. I think that's the epitome of a good episode.
So bring it. Bring us more.
I agree. Bring us more.
Like, we have different viewpoints on whether it's good or bad. Hey, if you bring me more, it turns to good because I was wanting more. You brought me more. But if you don't bring me more, it does nothing for me.
One of my favorite parts of the plot line is Morgan and how he goes from being just this moron who can't do anything right all the way up to this really competent guy who's got just a great personality. I really love the character development of Morgan in that show.
Yeah.
I think it's just one of the best character developments I've seen in a long time.
What got me hooked about Chuck was at the time I was a college dropout when it started playing, it started airing. And I could really identify with Zachary Levi. I was working collections for a to not be named bank company. It really ate my soul, and being able to sit down and watch Chuck with my family, because it is very family friendly.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
It was definitely a little bit of a release point as I was gearing up to go back to college.
Yeah. That's another great point. Really family friendly show.
Chancey,
my kids love it.
Yeah.
I think it would be a great show to be like, hey kids, come on, let's have family show night.
I'll say this. I've read enough about Chuck since y'all mentioned it yesterday to know that it sounds like something that would be really cool for the fact that they liked it to pull in cultural references from the time.
Yep.
You have Terminator. You got Linda Hamilton playing the mom on the show going, come with me if you want to live. I mean, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
I haven't seen it, but I've read enough to know that sounds pretty cool.
Yep.
And they like to pull in different things from other movies and kind of just incorporate it. So, yeah, that sounds like my kind of punny humor. They say puns the lowest form, but this show hasn't filled up. So
That's right. That's right.
That's right. Awesome. Anyone else want to have last remarks on Chuck?
I think we've beat that horse enough.
I do too. Hey, let's have the pastor ask a bunch of questions to the people with a bunch of knowledge. Hey,
Trivia time.
I'm wondering who should go first. I feel like Matt should go first, and then Phil, and then Chancey. We'll leave all the smart questions for Chancey, and we'll give you guys sports and stuff.
I don't want sports.
I could go without sports.
Phil said he wants sports.
Phil said he doesn't want sports.
Okay, so this one is very close, and I'm gonna throw this one out to anybody. So whoever wants this, I'm just gonna read the question. It is a sports question. That's why I'm throwing it out to everybody. When Michael Jordan played for the Chicago Bulls, how many NBA championships did he win?
6.
I'm sorry, what was that?
6.
Yes, that is correct. That one goes to Chancey. He's the one that said it.
I put my fingers up
I think you put your
first.
fingers up before I said it, but it was coming out of my mouth at the same time.
The noise makes the count because I'm not even looking at the screen.
Look, there's only one thing that matters, and that is that Michael Jordan was the greatest basketball player of all time.
Absolutely.
Bar none.
No, David Robinson. I don't care what anyone says.
He was a terrible baseball player, though.
He was a terrible baseball player. I got to give David Robinson props, but David Robinson, he didn't do as much for the game as Michael Jordan did.
No, but
because
he's 7'1".
David Robinson had a second job. David Robinson was in the Navy Reserve.
That's true.
So he couldn't put as much time into basketball as those players that played full time.
That's true.
I'll give him that.
David Robinson also had a heart foundation. He had a heart.
That's true.
So,
all right. Question.
Next question. Let's find another good question. Ooh, technology. What was the what year was the very first model of the iPhone released?
Who's this going to?
I think he's doing a toss-up.
Matt.
Oh man,
first year. Yes, I would give you the Apple one.
You understand? I hate Apple products.
Okay.
I have 2 iPhones with me right now.
Yeah, I get it. It's amazing.
I
mean, heaven hits when you bring those iPhones into one room.
2007?
Did you look it up?
No, I did not.
No.
The answer is 2007.
Thank you, Chancey.
Yeah,
awesome, man.
Chancey, no cheating. All right, so Chancey, here's one for you. What was the name of the man who launched eBay back in 1995?
Ooh, done a lot of selling on eBay.
Don't look it up. I can see you. Your screen brightens your face.
I don't know what you're talking about. I actually don't know. Is his name eBay?
I wish. Phil, do you know?
I don't know the name. I know it's not a typical WASP type name. It's
Phil, you live in the guy's first name. Pierre Omidyar. So
I was way wrong.
Anyway,
I believe y'all talked about it in the last video, but it's not Pierre because something with South Dakota people not understanding how to speak.
That's funny,
it's
Chancey.
Pierre, so it's really not in there.
Yes, it is Pierre. All right. Here's a question for Phil.
Yep.
Which email service is owned by Microsoft, but its name has changed since it started?
What? Why are you asking me a tech question?
Because this is easy. Hey, Chancey, do you know?
It's getting hot in here, man.
Do you know?
Hotmail?
Yes. Hence, it's getting hot in here. It's not just a song.
That's right.
All right. Phil, you did not do well on the technology part, but I'm going to ask.
Really shocking.
I'm going to ask you some science and trivia.
Okay.
Let's see. That's too easy.
I like
Which
easy
planet?
questions.
Which planet is the hottest in the solar system? Yeah, two.
Venus?
Yes. Good job. Way to go. They're smarter than they look, folks. They're smarter
Doesn't
than they
take
look.
much.
He pulled that out of a different planet, but
It took me a second. I'm a pastor. Hey, Matt. Who was the first woman to win a Nobel Prize in 1903?
Oh,
Ooh. Ooh.
come on, Matt.
Ooh.
Matt, if you don't know this, I don't know what I'm going to do.
Boy. The only one that's coming to mind is Curry, but I don't know if that's correct.
Phil, stop! I can
Yeah.
see it.
Yeah.
What's her first name?
Madam. Yeah, Madam
Madam,
Curry.
Okay, no, that's not right.
I
Marie.
bet she was Madame Marie Curie.
You don't know that, and don't go assuming, because nowadays we don't assume.
She wasn't alive nowadays. So
All right. Let's find a hard one.
uh-oh.
Fancy.
I honestly don't know what's hard. Here's an easy one for Chansey. What part of an atom has no electrical charge?
The neutron.
Yeah, I just want everybody to realize how he said that. Can you say that? It makes some noise.
Hi.
Okay. Then say neutron. So make some noise and then say it.
The neutron.
So he said that like he didn't know, but he was playing dumb. He totally knew. I love that.
If you've known Chansey long enough, you know that look on Chansey's face is the "Do you think I was born yesterday?" look.
Yes.
Like, duh, it's the neutron. I'm sitting here in my corner going, "Oh, thank God I didn't get that question."
I figured that, but
We're going to automobiles, and so Phil, I'm going to ask you a question your wife would want you to know. From last time I talked to you, this is her dream car, the Corvette. And so, in what year was the Corvette introduced?
First year for the Chevy Corvette was 1955.
Wrong. 1953. The guy that knows the cars got the car question wrong. You know what? I'm going to ask you a second question, and it's mostly because you own one of these. I'm going to ask you a second question to revive yourself. What does BMW stand for in English?
Oh, thank you. I was going to go with German. In English, it stands for Bavarian Motor Works.
That is correct. Ding, 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 ding. All right, now we're going to ask Matt.
what does their symbol stand for?
Their symbol? No. There's a fallacy here. Everybody thinks their symbol is a propeller, but that's not true. Their symbol is merely a section of the Bavarian flag, which is blue and white.
Very cool.
Really?
Yep.
Then I stand corrected, sir.
It happens.
All
Ladies and gentlemen,
right.
Chansey Marshall is wrong for the first time this century.
No,
So, Matt,
I'll admit it. I'm
Matt-
wrong on that.
Very cool. Matt, I'm going to ask you a question that I think you should know. And so it's like this. What or who is the Ford Mustang named after?
Ooh.
Oh boy, the Ford Mustang. What is it named after? Oh boy, it wouldn't be let's see, the North American P-51 Mustang.
Oh, fighter plane from World War II. You are correct. Way to go, Matt. Very good.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah.
I told you
had
to ask
nothing
you
showing
one.
me.
Which Tom Cruise actually knows how to fly and owns one, I believe. Does he
Owns
not?
one.
Yes, he owns one, and that was actually his Mustang that he used in the new or upcoming Top Gun.
Being released
just-
in June.
Yeah, it's just another reason to hate Tom Cruise.
Well, I mean,
All
I respect the guy. I just don't want to watch his Scientology-fueled rants.
Mm-hmm.
I'll give you that. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Chansey, Which auto brand was the first to offer seatbelts?
Ooh.
I can't see Chansey. We're running out of time. We have
Is it
10 minutes.
Volkswagen? Is it Volkswagen?
Nash Motors.
Nash.
What? Nash?
I don't know.
Rick Diaz would probably slap me right now, but
No,
The
that's
Dread-
all right.
The Dread Pirate Rick Diaz would slap you for that. But
I
to
know.
be fair, I thought it was Volvo. So
I want to ask one last question, and this is because the next week's drink, hopefully, will be this. Which country produces the most coffee in the world? This goes to all three of you.
Peru?
Colombia.
Colombia.
Yeah, Colombia.
You're all
They
wrong.
also produce a lot of other stuff.
Can I answer? I'm going to answer. I'm going to go with Brazil.
Yeah, but who would want? Oh, wait, one of my coffees is from Brazil. Whoops.
That's right. Brazil makes the world's most coffee. So, you know what? You all did really good. We weren't playing. We were just trivia. It's part of our life. So,
Well, you mean this was like, whose line is it anyway? The points don't matter?
who's
No.
line?
Oh,
Yeah.
you didn't preface.
I thought
Oh,
I
boy.
won. I thought I won. I don't want no participation award. I mean, come on.
Hey, we live in a day and age where you get a participation award, okay?
You're going to take it and you're going to like it, Chancey Marshall.
I'll come to the camera.
Here's your ribbon. Here,
All
take
right.
it. Take your ribbon.
Awesome. Well, we have like 8 minutes left, and we have to get through 2 more things. So let's do this. We have beverages with us tonight, and we all chose. Well, the three brothers chose one thing. We gave Chancey about 24 hours notice, so we didn't expect him to come up with anything. So I want Chancey. What are you drinking tonight?
Because I do not fear the corona. Well,
Say
at
that.
least not this one.
Not this one.
Yeah.
Well, that's Corona Light, right?
No, it's Corona Extra, man.
Oh man, you got it bad.
I don't
You
drink
got-
light beer. I mean,
got a
Corona's
bad
light
chance.
enough as it is.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's very true.
And while I don't fear this Corona, and while I think there's a lot of stuff going on with the other one, I will say, be concerned,
Yeah.
but don't freak out.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
No,
Yeah.
but I gotta hoard my toilet paper.
Amen. Amen.
I guess.
No, I don't. In fact, we haven't gone out and gotten any yet.
Guys,
Very cool.
on that front, I had to ship toilet paper to a friend this week.
Well, I might be calling you sooner or later too. So,
Phil,
hey, real quick, let's keep this going because we only have 7 minutes. So, Phil, let's go with you. What do you have?
I hope we can see what Chancey's doing right now.
No, we can't. You're on it.
Can't see it because he doesn't have any.
All right,
Oh,
come on,
dear.
Phil, let's go. We
have-
got to move this.
I have a wonderful homemade wine. This is a green apple wine that's been aged on charred oak. And I won't say who made it. I won't say where it's from, but it is a fantastic, fantastic wine. And I'm super thrilled with it. It's got some great notes, a little bit of green apple, a lot of nice tannins without being overbearing, nice and kind of medium dry, and a little bit of cinnamon in it. It's really good.
Very cool. Very cool. Matt, what do you got?
all right. Well, tonight I'm drinking. Boy, if I can get the exposure right, Noche en Blanco. It's a Spanish wine from from Spain. Yeah, it's surprising. And it was bottled in 2018, and it's a red, and it's a little on the bitter side, but it's a good red. So
Awesome. I am drinking out of a gift from my brother Phil. It's a Stein that he found for us. I think Matt got one as well. But I am drinking.
Matt will get one, yes.
Yes, I'm drinking Winking Owl. It's an Aldi premiere. It's out of California. Aldi is a store. I don't know if they have them outside the Midwest, but they're amazing. And it was probably, I think it was a little more than $3. I think it was like $4 or $5 for the box. But
Ben, is it true this is a box wine?
This is a box wine. I don't normally drink box wines. I normally don't drink wine. but I've been very impressed with Winking Out, and so I picked up their red blend, and it's 12% alcohol, but it's very sweet, very good. It's easy to go down. Normally reds aren't as easy. They're a little drier normally. I do like a dry red, but this is very nice, and I've had a stein of it. So
I really wish we could show all 4 panes in our feed for that particular segment, because that was golden.
No, it's best we don't. It's best we don't.
So good if we do.
So, all right. The last thing we have less than 5 minutes, but we want to go through pets. And so I'm going to start this off, and then I'm going to hurry the other 3 along. Pets in our lives. My family doesn't have any pets unless you count my kid, but he's the reason we don't have pets. And my wife is also another reason, as my wife and son are both allergic to fur of most kinds, dog, cat. I'm also allergic to cat. Cat are the spawn from Satan. And if you don't agree with me, Chancey, you can talk about it in your segment. But yeah, so we don't have pets because we're allergic to most things except for fish, and fish are just, I don't know. I'm just not there yet. So, all right, Matt, why don't you go?
All right. Well, we have a fish, one single beta. She's red and she's pretty, and she has a little tank on the counter. And then we have a miniature dachshund, a little brown short coat dachshund named Malcolm, because he wears a brown coat.
Awesome. Hey, Chancey, why don't you go? We have 3:30.
Well, all I can say is I love the cats and the cats love me.
Do you have any pets?
I do. I have a cat.
Just one cat?
If I say anything else, the Aberdeen City Council may come after me. So, yes, I have one cat.
One cat.
That's it. Just one.
Awesome. All right, Phil, why don't you talk about your thing?
Oh, I have a horse dog. I have a 140-pound American Bandage Mastiff. He walks around like a lion. Strangest dog I've ever seen. He is the biggest baby you've ever met, but he hates other dogs and can act and sound very vicious around them. But exactly. But he is he's a 140-pound lap dog. But boy, is he dumb. Oh,
I've seen it. This is not a lie.
Yeah.
He doesn't have 2 brain cells to rub together most days. His name is Hendrix, and Hendrix like Jimmy, and he's brindle. So he looks like the Beast from the Sandlot, except his coloration is even more kind of evil looking. But beyond that, I agree with Ben about cats. Sorry, Chancey. Also being allergic to cats, and cats always wanting to be next to me. They are the spawn of Satan. Chancey's gonna cut my throat. But
he's not gonna cut your throat. Don't say those things on this. So, hey, you know what? We're running out of time, but we love you guys, and we can't wait to have episode 3. Why don't you give us a thumbs up in the subscribe and down below where it says thumbs up, or comment, make us happy, give us something. If you don't like us, like I said last week, we're used to criticism, so give it to us. We want to improve. We want to make this better for you. We want to have you enjoy this in a time of need. I mean, I'm locked in my house through April 30th now. I'm not getting out. I'm not getting any darker. You know what I'm saying? No sun for this guy. Hey, thanks for joining us. We love you guys, and check us out next week. Have a great day.